especially in anarchist milieus, but definitely in wider radical circles. And there's also this, in a lot of those circles I've run into over the decades, is people with access to resources hiding that, pretending to be downwardly mobile, pretending to be working class when they're not really. And to me, that is a lack of solidarity, because it shows that you're not willing to share your resources because you want to hold them to yourself. And I've always found it, I don't have a political word for it, but the word shitty comes to mind, actually. Can I say that?
Yeah.
It looks, my whole family's working class, but because I'm a fast-talking white dude, I was able to, and white supremacy rules, I've been able to be okay, you know, and make sure I bounce on my feet. But we've always tried to share our resources, to use what we have, and I think that especially for younger activists who are thinking about it, I think it's a really important thing to have. If you have access to money, to the media, to education, to all these things, that we need that it needs to be put into our political movements, into our things, not into just individual organizations, but into broader movements, because so often it is not. And I think it's a travesty. Unless something really awful happens, it just seems like so often, I don't want to retread it, but that people want to hide from it. Don't retreat from it. Just recognize what you have. You I have access to class. I have access to white privilege, to male privilege, to whatever it is, and recognize that those are powerful tools to use in solidarity with communities who do not have access to those things. And for me, I think Lorenzo, you hit it. You know, like when nail on the head. You know, like just ask somebody what they want. And after Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans, the one thing. When we asked the political question, I'd asked a political question for 15 or 20 years at that point, was how can we help you get back on your feet? What is it that we can do to help you build your political power? And when conceptually I was thinking about the political question, I thought it was going to be really difficult, that people were going to say crazy, complicated things that we were never going to be able to do. But then some lady said, can you just take out the trash right here and move it down the street? And from that, we were able to start an organization and start doing things like that, like where people with privilege and access to privilege were able to come in and do things on a scale that had never happened before. And I think that's just a small piece. It's not a pat on the back. I'm just using it as a personal example, because so often communities, especially is it okay if I go on for just 1 second? Sure. It's okay. Well, like we talk about anti-racism and ally work. That stuff has all become institutionalized also. I'm really sick of that. There's a piece circulating right now, how to be accomplices and not allies.
How to be what? I'm sorry.
Be accomplices and not allies, and that's what we need. We need more accomplices. We all need to be accomplices with each other, because we are tied together. And anti-racist struggles that often happen with allyship happen on the coast. They happen in big cities. They're not happening in Memphis, Tennessee. They're not happening in Lubbock, Texas. They're not happening in the heartlands of the country. They happen in pockets of radical pockets, and we need it everywhere.